Hello, everybody. My name is Rick McCutcheon, and I'm here today on Partner Talks with Brad Foote. Brad, introduce yourself. Tell the people who you are and what you do.
Hi, I'm Brad Foote. I'm the CEO here at Fenwick Apps down in Melbourne, Australia, down under. I've been with Fenwick now for about 25 years. Started with a university placement in 2001 and got into consulting, implementing Navision. First version was 2.01b back in 2001 and sort of went through the consulting ranks in the 2000s. I did a short stint in Germany with a nav partner over there for a couple of years in 9 and 10. Came back and started what we called back then Fenwick Gold. We're sort of working in Europe for a couple of years for a lot of partners doing add-ons, doing a lot of verticals, having a lot of products. So came back with that sort of product mentality and realized we had a lot of IP from all the implementations we'd done, and turned that into some product that we started selling to our customers through the noughties. And then so sort of lead up now the product division of Fenwick, which is the sort of sub brand of Fenwick Apps, and taking all those apps we built over the last 15 years to the world, and especially focusing on the US to help partners over there have the success we've had by selling these apps.
So when I first met you at Directions, you were there in your booth and you were talking about apps. You handed me a catalog. How many apps do you have?
We've hit about 70. So someone told me that in terms of listings on AppSource, we're the second most in the world. So we've got over 100 listings. So 70 core apps, and then we've got some packs that sort of group them together to make it a little easier to install, and then at a better price point with sort of 50% off when you buy it in a pack, and also some connectors. So the key being that with a lot of apps, I guess our big differentiator is to be the one-stop shop, but making sure that all those apps talk to each other. So if you've got a certain app and you don't want it to conflict with the other apps, so that's a common problem we see with people buying off multiple ISVs, that the apps don't work together and becomes a problem, and finger pointing of which ISV's problem it is. So we try and cut out all that pain, and so we've got about 30 connectors as well that connect all these apps so that they work well together depending on which collection you have. Across the apps, the packs and the connectors, there's over 100 listings on AppSource.
So that's incredible. Let's talk a little bit about the company, because it sounds like they were early on with Nav and kind of grew into this world of BC in the cloud. So let's talk about the growth of the company and, what's it like now building apps for Business Central that, you didn't have to do or did have to do with Nav?
Yep. So it's been a long history, which I'll keep short. But Fenwick Software, as it was originally named, was founded by Peter Fenwick in 1976. So the company itself turns 50 on September 16 this year. So we'll have a good birthday party for that. In those very early days of certainly IT here in Melbourne and Australia, did a lot of interesting early projects. Sort of one of the first IT companies, doing cool things like scheduling system for the Australian Open Tennis and the train network, and early very custom projects. Through the 80s, did a lot of custom software, built lots of interesting systems, and then as packaged ERP became more the norm in the 90s, it adopted some early systems. Then we had a client that had been implemented in the 90s at European head office, and I think it was about 99, got a call saying, our head office is forcing us to move to this new system called Navision. And at the time, Navision had just come to Australia and no one was implementing it. And they go, we got a good relationship. Do you guys want to learn Navision and implement it for us? And our team at the time, who'd written a lot of software, looked and said, well, this is better than anything we've ever written. Took on the product, had our first client. And then, over the last 25 years, it's become our core product. A lot of the sort of legacy systems from the 90s have drifted away, and now it's the core of the business. And we've grown from when I first started in 2001 with the Navision team of about 3 or 4 of us. We've now got around 70 of us in Australia implementing the system. And as I said, born of that is the apps, where we found that lots of little gaps we'd filled with enhancements or just little bits of missing functionality that people expected, like the documents looking nice. We're spending a lot of money in implementations building, so the invoice layout looked nice. So that the invoice emailed back in the noughties, that kind of wasn't a thing in Nav. So we'd already built a little bit of product that we were just sort of giving away every implementation, just to sort of, in a way, save face that we couldn't explain why it wasn't there. And then, implemented a lot of manufacturers, a lot of food manufacturing, a lot of importers, distributors, and just, come up with these great ideas to streamline processes, help with the importation of product, the scheduling of production, build a graphical scheduler. So we've sort of done all these bits and pieces in various ways for clients, and thought, well, every time we go into pre-sales, we're having to, have that conversation. Oh, we've built something similar for someone. We can do a customization for you. And it didn't always go well having that conversation, because people were more and more expecting the packaged software to do everything they needed and not wanting to get in that sort of legacy situation they were coming from. So we sat back after I got back from my stint in Germany and said, of all the things we've ever done, what products could we make? And we came up with a list of 30. Back then we called them granules or modules, and the word app didn't exist back in 2011 really. So we sort of started with 30 and started building up during implementations to create the product. And then for the next 10 years we could then walk into pre-sales and say, issue comes up, and we say, we've got product for that, we've already got 10 customers using it, it costs this, put it in the proposal and sell. And that made us very successful. And as I said, big growth within the company over those years, certainly competing in situations where the company had already chosen Nav or Business Central now. We're looking at several partners, and we could walk in with our apps as sort of the icing on the cake, and they'd do a few demos and say, how's it going? Where was that in that demo? And then sort of it'd always be sort of the highlight of our demos, having this extra product. So when Business Central went online, we can use the AppSource and convert it all into AL, into apps. So really it's taken the last 5-7 years to convert all that product, all that IP into apps and get them on AppSource and start building a partner network. And so we're now there where every piece of functionality is now on AppSource that we had for, sort of embedded within Nav for a good 15 years. And so, the future's exciting to, as I said, take what we've done as our consulting business and give that opportunity to other partners to sort of have all that extra functionality and icing on the cake to sell to their clients.
So I had to stop you here because you said the company's 50 years old. And I was going to ask you, were you a Microsoft partner at the beginning? Of course not. There was no Microsoft then. So
we started the same year, the year after Microsoft. So
was it a year after Microsoft? Well, there's no Microsoft partners, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So what's your best-selling product, and what great products do you have in the works?
So it's a bit of a mix. Our best-selling product was the Power BI report packs that we had. So we, sort of early when Power BI came out, we built a lot of out-of-the-box report packs for finance, sales, manufacturing, purchasing, inventory, and we've worked with Microsoft over the last few years to bring that as an embedded solution. So that sort of dropped off our list because now it's standard, and Microsoft have taken on that as the standard embedded solution. So after selling the IP of that to Microsoft, that sort of, I guess, boosted our profile. And so while that was sort of the flagship at the time and our sort of leading, because there was a really big gap in the product, we sort of shifted to looking at some others. And we typically find the ones that sort of integrating with we try and do integrations with sort of best of class other products that are not native to BC. So like our Pay It with Stripe solution to allow payment links and credit card processing securely within BC has been a newer app that we built in the last couple of years, and that's been really popular just for those that are wanting to process credit cards via BC. Another popular one is sort of printing, labeling with the cloud is always tricky. So we had our own cloud environment prior to BC Online, and so we built a lot of smarts around seamlessly printing from from a cloud environment, from a web environment, label printing, so integrate with Loftware Cloud to do labeling. So someone's got Loftware, someone's got Stripe, and they've got BC. We find that, well, then they go look for the appropriate add-on to connect the two. So we found those apps we have that connect BC to best of class in some other functionality like labeling, credit card processing. Those have proven quite popular. And then, years, sort of going back 20 years, I wrote a solution to handle rebates, so that, off-invoice rebates that accrue. A lot of franchisees, supermarkets here have rebate systems, and then a lot of our clients, being food manufacturers, have this process where sell to the big supermarket chains here that you then sort of rebate back a percentage quarterly. So we built a whole system around tracking and accruing that. These apps go up on AppSource.
You've got small little systems that are widgets, and you've got bigger systems that take care of whole processes.
Okay. And so put that on the store, and then in the US, you then get heaps of inquiries that that functionality is a popular one in the US. So so there's these little niche financial type scenarios, and then there's bigger things like our manufacturing pack that, as I said, our Fenwick's long history has been implementing for a lot of manufacturing companies. There's a lot of IP and knowledge there of manufacturers, and so the manufacturing packs, I guess the one we went with directions last year, and we're sort of pushing that sort of covers from your scheduling to your shop floor execution and various other things. So that's one that we're implementing all the time with our customers that we're quite proud of. So that's made up of sort of 8 apps that cover a lot of the gaps in the manufacturing, or extend manufacturing to be smarter.
So Brad, we talked earlier, you're going to be at Directions North America. Sounds like you're doing Directions Asia and EMEA this year. Where else are you going to be?
So we'll do DynamicsCon. So myself and our partner manager Jonathan will come across to Directions in Orlando, and then we have a close working relationship with Tasklet with their mobile WMS add-on, and so we'll sort of spend some time with them in Tampa. Tasklet's something we've been working with for over 10 years now. We're one of the early adopters, and it was kind of the one wheel we didn't need to reinvent. While we kind of had this mentality, we'll build it ourselves and control our own destiny with our apps. We've always implemented Tasklet, and all our apps work cohesively with it. So so it'll be a good opportunity to spend some time with the US team as well, and sort of stay in the States, and then head across to Vegas to DynamicsCon.
Will partners be able to get one of your little koala bears if they show up at Directions?
So I've got a couple here behind me.
Okay. It's been hanging out at my desk for the last year and a half.
That's very good to see. So a lot of people say, I still got the koala. So yes, there'll be a new limited edition koala this year for Directions and DynamicsCon, and putting some good energy into our swag this year. So I've got some exciting swag on its way. So everyone should certainly come to the booth and see what we've got to offer. So we're pretty excited. So we're certainly going all in this year to sort of ramp up our presence, and we're doing a session at DynamicsCon where we're going to focus on our multi-entity operations apps. That's sort of our largest app. Has the biggest footprint in Nav and lots of connectors to other apps, and so we see that as being a really key app that will help our partners that have that multi-entity requirement to have sort of one company but multi-entities running and sharing data and consolidating and transacting automatically between each other. So we'll be sort of showcasing that one at DynamicsCon, and got an exciting session schedule where we'll have a bit of fun, and
Okay, Brad, thanks for your time today, and I'm sure we'll be back to talk to you in the future about the Fenwick Apps.
No worries. Thanks, Rick. Great to talk.
Bye for now.
Bye. Cheers. Bye.